This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Tuesday, the 19th of September. I'm Michael Groff. 99 degrees was our high in the valley yesterday, and that's the normal high now. It's always a nice milestone in the year when we get that normal high below the century mark. Now, today and tomorrow, we're going to be very similar to that. Highs right around 100, but then a big cooling trend for the rest of the week, the weekend, and into early next week, temperatures well below average, maybe almost 15 degrees below average. Let's talk about it as we look outside this morning here at 7:50 a.m. Sunny skies in the valley right now, 73 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points at 45, humidity 36%, wind from the east at 10 miles per hour, and the barometer is rising. Temperatures out there this morning, believe it or not, 54 at Fort McDowell. It's in the low 60s in Maricopa and Buckeye. Meanwhile, other parts of the valley, Metro Phoenix, we see a lot of mid and upper 60s around, low 70s in the urban core. The water vapor satellite view, a nice looking trough digging into the Pacific Northwest that will ultimately usher in cooler weather for us. Big ridge in the east. Right now, we're under the influence of just mainly zonal flow, westerly flow, and only a few high clouds for the next couple of days. Here's the watch warning map. Out ahead of that big trough developing, strong winds, and that means fire dangers. So red flag warnings, parts of New Mexico, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, southeastern Wyoming. Winter weather advisories as that trough digs in. We'll see some cooler air, some snow coming in for some of those places that have already had snow the last week. So they're skipping fall and going right to winter in some spots. Meanwhile, dense fog advisories, parts of Iowa, Illinois, Missouri. And tropical storm warnings remain for the mid and upper Atlantic coast in association with Jose. Expecting dangerous rip currents, strong winds at times, maybe some rain right along the coast as well. On the convective outlook, an enhanced risk of severe storms today. Parts of the Dakotas, Aberdeen, Fargo, Grand Forks, North Dakota, Crookston, Thief River Falls, Minnesota. The standard risk, the slight risk to include Minneapolis, St. Paul. And the marginal risk from any of the adjacent states, another marginal risk zone across West Texas. Let's talk about the tropics. Here's Jose, still a minimal hurricane. Category 1, maximum sustained winds 75 miles per hour. Expected to eventually move off to the northeast, maybe do a loop out there and become a post-tropical system by later this week and into the weekend as it continues to weaken. But it will still produce high surf and rip currents and some strong winds, maybe some rain for Cape Cod and eastern New England. The other storm, the other big story out there is Maria, Category 5 Maria. You see on the GOES 16 satellite, what a beautiful shot of that storm. Now bearing down on Puerto Rico. Maximum sustained winds 160 miles per hour. Expected to remain a major hurricane for at least the next 5 days as it continues to make more of a northerly turn just east of the Bahamas. Now, where it goes from there is still a bit of a question mark, but the vast majority of the models indicate that this storm will make more of a northeasterly curve and go out to sea. This is the European ensemble, 51 members here, and all but about 3 or 4, maybe 5 members. All of them take it out to sea. A few of them do bring it into the coast of the Carolinas or perhaps right up the east coast of the U.S. So obviously we still need to watch this system carefully. These things sometimes can have a mind of their own, but it does appear that the worst of this storm will unfortunately be left for the Caribbean, and they have been taking a beating from this and from all the other storms this tropical season. It's just been devastating for the Caribbean islands. All right, let's talk about our weather in more detail as we get into the models here. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time today. There's that cold upper trough digging in across the Intermountain West. Westerly flow here, dry conditions down at the surface, mostly sunny skies. Highs this afternoon, 97 to 100. Dry air mass continues tonight, so another very pleasant evening. Lows mainly in the mid-60s to low 70s. And tomorrow, another mostly sunny day. We were looking at a slight chance of a shower or storm maybe in southeast Arizona as a little bit of moisture gets advected northward. And I guess I'm not going to completely rule that out, but here in the valley, no chance of that. Just mostly sunny skies. And again, highs 97 to 100. Maybe an afternoon breeze kicking up. Thursday, a cold front begins to approach. An isolated shower or storm across the higher terrain, far northern Arizona, maybe over the White Mountains as well. But here in the valley, we'll just call it partly cloudy by the afternoon. Again, a little bit of a breeze kicking up late in the day. Cooler, too, highs 92 to 95. On Friday, that cold front sweeps across the area. Much cooler air comes in. Highs only 86 to 89 with mostly sunny skies. Saturday morning when you wake up, it's going to be absolutely perfect outside. Some of the coolest desert locations, the outskirts of the valley perhaps, could get down into the upper 50s. But many of us will be in the 60s to start the day on Saturday with highs mid and upper 80s. Same thing on Sunday. And really Monday, maybe a degree or two of warming. We'll probably be back toward the upper 80s to low 90s. But still, the sky remains mostly sunny. The air mass is dry. And things look to stay very pleasant. The GFS continues to close off some energy across northern Mexico, southwest Arizona with time. We see that as we go to a week from today. This is Tuesday, the 26th of September. And if that verifies, temperatures might remain below average and we could see some unsettled weather developing eventually. But I'm not ready to buy this scenario yet, despite how consistently it's been advertised. Just for now, we'll keep temperatures below average. Highs 89 to 93. Really the same thing, maybe another couple of degrees of warming, 91 to 95 for the high next Wednesday. This is the 27th. And here's the end of the 10-day forecast period, Thursday, the 28th of September. And if this verifies, again, we do have to watch for the possibility of maybe some isolated showers and thunderstorms getting going back here across the southwest with some moisture coming in, but not ready to buy that for now. We'll just keep temperatures right about or maybe a few degrees below average, mainly in the low to mid 90s. The other bit of good news here is that Maria misses the East Coast on this run of the GFS, so that looks like a trend that the models are picking up on. So for now, not going to worry about it, but everyone should still keep their eye on that storm for the foreseeable future. All right, let's go to the temperatures coming off of the GFS ensemble through the period. Highs, of course, warm today and tomorrow. We might be near that century mark, but then much cooler as we go toward the weekend and early next week. And how about those lows in the 60s? And of course, some valley locations will be in the upper 50s, and that's going to feel great. And that does it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. Thanks as always so much for watching. If you like our videos, subscribe to us. That way, every time we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Be safe out there. Stay cool. Have a great Tuesday.